at the end of the last season, you know, we see your character kind of go through a transition, you know, kind of out of the primary universe of Lucifer. You know, I talked to Ilby like right around that season finale, and she's like, yeah, you know, Tricia's coming back. We can't let go of her. There's no way that we can go down here. And obviously, you're back in the room with us. So, what can you tell us about, you know, your return in season 3?
There's not a lot I can tell. Sort of like reminiscent of me back here last year, saying, well, I can't really say much about Mom yet, but I am Charlotte. So Mom is gone off creating, and you know, who knows in the future? I don't know, but now I'm no longer the goddess of creation. I'm just a human, just a little hit to my ego, but no, you know, I think there's a lot, and you know, in the panel, Joe was talking about identity, and each character is going to be going through a bit of an identity, coming to terms with, you know, Dr. Linda with her own after she's almost been killed, you know, she almost lost her life, and Charlotte will definitely be going through one herself, but it's also coming from a place of not knowing anything. She's not going to know that Mom took over her body, but she's going to have a space of, say it was 3 months of time that's just missing. And what happened to her husband? I think her husband's probably going to have left her and taken the kids, and she's going to have little bits of. But you know, I think throughout she'll start to have little bits of flashes of things that, you know, she will kind of remember a little bit, or she'll feel a familiarity maybe with Lucifer, but she doesn't know why, that type of thing. So there's also lots of interesting angles that she can kind of be weaved into the story, because to her, every single character is a new character, basically, except for she's met detective, you know, she's probably worked with some of the detectives on cases before. And one of the standalone episodes that we did last season, I'm not in them much because they were really some focusing on when Charlotte wasn't in the story, right? Mom wasn't in the story. But we did do a scene where detective, she was detective, Chloe came to talk to Charlotte about a case. She was investigating one of the people that I, you know, was representing. So she'll remember a few because she's been in the business, but she's gonna have a lot of stuff to kind of work through and figure out, and she may have snippets of, you know, she did die. We know she died. She doesn't know she died. To her, she's just gonna have been stabbed and then not, you know, had a stretch of time, walking amnesia or that type of thing, right? That can happen when people have a traumatic event. But there's 2 places in our world that you can go when you die, and I think we're going to explore a little bit about where she went, and maybe if she wants to possibly change things about herself the way she was before, maybe try and be a better person. Maybe.
That is because she has gone to this other place and she's got this giant stretch of time that she's missing. Are there any other side effects that she's feeling besides that sense of familiarity? Because she was a goddess of creation. She was the host of the goddess of creation for a while. Are there any like lingering side effects besides the amnesia?
I don't know. I actually haven't read anything that I'm in, so I'm actually going to try and get Ilby and Joe a little tipsy tonight so they can give me some details. That's a good way to get some details out of them. But yeah, I'm sure there will be, you know, there may be a flash of something here or there. I don't think it's going to be right off the top. I think it's something that you'll start to see as she kind of goes along, like maybe a familiarity with one of the characters that she normally wouldn't know, or maybe a flash of something that maybe Mom did while she was in her body, that type of thing. But at this point, all I know is that it would just be little snippets. It's not like Mom is going to come back and be in her body for a day and then leave again, that type of thing. It is Charlotte. Yeah.
Are you excited to essentially play a different version of the same character?
I am, and what's really challenging about this particular scenario, as opposed to like with Battlestar when I played multiple characters, it was, you know, essentially they were in the same, they physically looked the same, and Well, I guess it's very similar now that I think about it. But it is. I mean, going from it, I want to make sure that that the audience can tell that there's a difference. And if it's Mom had a little bit of grandiose nature about her, and some of the maybe a little inflection in her voice, or how she would move, or the way she would be with people because she detested humans. Charlotte won't have that. Charlotte will be much more down to earth, and so it's kind of working those little things out. And until I'm actually in her shoes on set, I don't know yet.
Okay, thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Tricia.